Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Before we get started, there's a couple of things that I want to share with you. First off, as a reminder, any of the tips, tricks, or ideas shared in this podcast are meant for spiritual awareness and enlightenment purposes. If you have any physical or mental health concerns, please seek a physical or mental health professional, because I am not a physical or mental health doctor, and nor do I play one on TV. And if you have any questions about anything that I share in the podcast and you want a little more information, feel free to reach out. I really enjoy offering and connecting with you guys through the podcast. So if you appreciate this podcast, share it with a friend, leave a review, hit the follow button, and reach out on social media. Okay. Now that the logistics are out of the way, I wanted to touch base with the notion of intentions and dive in a little bit deeper with a little bit of an example of how we get to work with our intentions. We talked on last week's podcast about intentions versus resolution and how resolutions sometimes felt a little bit more restrictive, and I know for me, resolutions hold quite a bit of accountability, and accountability can be a trigger for me at times. So intentions seem more open and accepting, and they feel like they're laced with more possibilities for me. So in embracing the new energy of the new year, I'm connecting with intentions. We shared a few intentions on last week's podcast. But for today's purposes, I would like to share an experience I had connecting with my intention. My intention for the new year is receive. That's my word for the new year, and that's also my intention. So how do I work with my intention? I have found myself allowing the word to just hang out in my mind. Receive. Okay, that's my word for the new year. And it's not that long into the new year, so there hasn't been a lot of high demands with, okay, this is how I need to move forward with my word. I've actually allowed myself to simply marinate in it. Instead of, this is my resolution, this is my goal, this is what I have to do, which doesn't usually work for me. I've actually allowed myself to marinate in the word, letting the word receive roll through my mind, just owning it as my intention, owning it as my word for the year. This is my word. I'm going to receive this year. And it has allowed my mind and my emotions and my focus to open up to things like to recognize the little moments in my day where I can receive things. For example, just marinating the word receive. When we sat down at the dinner table as a family the other day, we've done that twice, 2 or 3 times now since last week's podcast. And it's felt really good. And I found myself just being in that moment and receiving that moment and realizing I received this. I had a few things that lined up in my life to relieve some stresses, and I chose to receive what was coming to me versus in the past there might have been some second guessing of my worth within that format, if that makes sense. So instead of questioning my worth, I allowed myself to sit and receive those things that were lining up for me. One of the ways that I have been actually working with that intention a little bit more recently within the last few days is I will sit in meditation with it. So in the morning, instead of jumping right into my morning routine, which I'm sure I'll get back to, I have sat with the word receive. And I've let it roll through my mind as I play soft music in the background, which I have my music going in the background if you can hear it. This is Piano Meditation by Chris Collins off of indiemusicbox.com. He offers some really great royalty-free music. Go check him out. But I'll sit in meditation. I'll play some calm music, and I'll let that word roll through my mind. Receive. Sometimes it moves into becoming affirmations. I receive. One of the affirmations that has rolled through my mind often is I receive goodness and light. I receive support from the universe. I receive my value and my worth. Things like that. The primary one I have to say is I receive goodness and light. And it's been feeling really good. And it's been nice to have a general intention or a word that represents an energy or an action that I get to explore deeper. So it doesn't become work that I have to do right away. It becomes the beginning of a journey that I get to have moving through the year. An intention that I get to learn about myself deeper with. And exploring what that looks like for me and how it fits into the little nooks and crannies of my life. So when I sat down the other day with the intention, I receive goodness and light, and I let that roll through my mind, and I worked on focusing on slowing down my breath in meditation. And then it shifted from I receive goodness and light to simply receive. And after I sat and found a calm vibe with that, I found myself asking, okay, where am I receiving energy today? And because I've been doing the chakra course, which we'll talk about in a minute, I have been much more aware of my chakras personally and professionally, which I have really enjoyed. I've received that knowledge in a big way. I've been really enjoying that. But I asked myself, okay, where in my body am I receiving? Where in my chakras am I receiving? And it felt like, for me, there's 3 main chakras where I receive. My sacral chakra, where I receive connection. My heart chakra, where I receive love and healing energy. And my crown chakra, where I receive divine inspiration. Now, is this something that's going to move around in my chakra system, and next time I sit down with that notion to receive, that I'm going to receive in different areas or different chakras? Yes, absolutely. That's the beauty of our chakra system, is that they all work together, and it's like a system that's given to us in our energy to help promote to help work with us within our day-to-day process. So each day we sit down with certain energies, our energetic system is going to be different. So next time I sit with a notion of where do I receive, maybe it'll be in my brow, maybe it'll be in my root, maybe it'll be in my solar plexus, maybe it'll be in my throat. Whatever that is, I honored the ability to sit and witness that intention and how I'm receiving it and trusting. One of the intentions that I shared on social media was the notion of trust and allowing trust to be your intention for 2024. And that is part of my receive energy. So trust isn't the intention, but it's one of the things that I get to do in order to receive and be open, is to trust that today I can work on my sacral, I can work on my heart, and I can work on my crown in meditation, and that will help to benefit the intention to receive. So I want to know, does this make sense? Am I being clear with my words? As well as, I invite you to explore your intention a little bit deeper. I invite you to simply carry it with you. Let it be with you for a little bit. Let it marinate in your mind and marinate in your heart and marinate in your energy physically, and allow yourself to recognize how you connect with that intention and what it feels like and looks like in your life. Maybe you even carry the word with you. There's different ways that you can carry your intention with you. One of the ways that I carry my intentions with me is through the jewelry that I wear. That's the whole reason I started making jewelry, is because I wanted to have a wearable reminder that celebrates the intentions that I have for the energy I want to bring in. Other people will write their intention down and stick it in their pocket. So every time they put their hand in their pocket, they'll touch that paper and recognize and remember, that's my intention. Other people will actually carry certain stones in their pocket. Maybe they even tuck their stones in their bra. But they'll carry certain stones with them that honor that intention. Other people will write down and journal that intention. Some people like to repeat writing down that word, that notion of write it 50 times on the board. Instead of a discipline, it's more of an action to support that intention, writing it down 10 times each morning, or writing it down at the top of the page and writing down everything that you feel with that word that day. So there's different ways that you can work with your intention for the new year, allowing it to marinate into your life. Also, I encourage you to sit in meditation with it. Play some calm music that you connect with. Take some deep cleansing breaths, and then allow that intention to roll through your mind. It's okay if other thoughts come up. That's what happens. Allow yourself to refocus on that word or that intention and allow it to roll through your mind. See how you finish the sentence. A lot of our intentions this year are beginnings of a sentence. Like I receive, I trust, I embrace, I am aligning. Whatever I am balanced. It gets to be the start of a story versus the finishing of a story. So I encourage you, that's another way you can work with your intention. When you sit in meditation, allow that affirmation to roll through your mind and complete it like I did with I receive goodness and light. And then you also can sit in that meditative state with that calm music and ask, where am I feeling this intention in my body today? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your lower belly? Do you feel it in your legs or your feet? Do you feel it in the top of your head or in your brow or in your throat? Where are you feeling that intention today? Maybe you feel it in your gut, because all of those help us connect with it physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. And that's when the energy really starts incorporating in our life. We start to infuse these intentions into our day-to-day process. So I would love to hear back from you. Let me know if you have chosen an intention yet, as well as how are you working with that intention? Is it just something that's marinating in your mind? Have you set an action plan? Or are you just allowing it to filter through your energy like I have? So just sharing some of my experiences. Please reach out, let me know. I do want to share a couple of exciting things that I've got going on. I have the Unique Chakra series that I have officially launched now. Level 1 is available for you to purchase at any time. Level 2 is coming up. I'm so excited. Level 2 kicks off on January 11th. This is a 4-part series, plus you get level 1 for free. And within that 4-part series, we're going to touch on the physical body chakras, the heart, as well as the spiritual body chakras. And we're going to finish off with a full body meditation. So it's really comprehensive connection with what your chakras are, working with them and breaking them down a little bit. As well as you gain access to the Unique Chakra Series Facebook group where you can connect with others that are taking or have taken this course. And we're going to have maybe some extra special lives or content in there. Like I shared a playlist the other day that I enjoy for chakra meditation. So check it out. Join me for this Unique Chakra Series and we can dive in and get to know your energy system better. As well as one last thing I want to plug. If you go through the month of January to celebrate the notions of New Year's and new intentions, use the code capital N, capital Y, 15 on the intention shop in the website and get 15% off all of the purchases for your intention pieces. There's necklaces, there's bracelets, there's earrings. Check them all out and use that code capital N, capital Y, 15 to receive that 15% off of your order. I'm here to support you. Thank you for supporting me and celebrate your uniquely beautiful self.